Hi, boys and girls. This is Thanksgiving week here in the USA, but you know what? I started looking around and I discovered that other countries also celebrate either a holiday they call Thanksgiving or other holidays that are sort of like Thanksgiving. For example, and I have some notes here so I don't forget, in Canada, they actually do call it Thanksgiving. In Liberia, they have a Thanksgiving that is just like ours. In one territory in Australia, they celebrate a day of Thanksgiving. And there are some other countries. And then some similar ideas to Thanksgiving. They have water buffalo racing. They do one day in Thailand. They have a cow painting and decorating day in India. It's a festival. And then in China, they have the Mid-Autumn Mooncakes Day. Germany has a duck race where they actually race thousands of yellow rubber duckies, and it's all for charity. The money that they raise goes for a good cause. And then in Japan, and I think I like this one maybe best of all even, the children make cards to celebrate and to say thank you to healthcare workers and first responders like police and firemen. And so I thought that was actually very cool. So let's talk for a minute about Thanksgiving. This year in the U.S. and probably all around the world, it may not be the Thanksgiving day that you are used to having. You may not be with as many family members. And so I thought maybe it would be a good idea if we emphasized what I like to do on Thanksgiving, which is just counting my blessings and saying and thinking about all the good things that I have in my life. So I wanted to talk about a couple of craft ideas you could do. And one, if you are where turkeys figure into your holiday, this is one I used to do when I was a little girl. And I would draw around my hand like so. And that becomes a turkey. You draw across the bottom, and let me show you what this looks like. I went ahead and did one that I could work with. So there's my turkey. That's my hand. And so if you do this for mom or dad or whatever caregiver you have in your household, grandma or grandpa, then they have your hand forever. And then something that you could also do that just adds a little bit to it is to let me put a little paint on here. And you could use watercolors, whatever works. But you could also just, and I don't know how this is going to show up, do your fingerprint, like all the way down like that. Then they not only have your hand, but they have your fingerprint. And I don't think I need to do them all. I have a feeling you get the point. But I think that's cute. And whenever my girls did something like this when they were little, I would keep it, and I still have things like that. I have handprints that they made. So there's that. And then just to kind of remind us that it's good to think about the blessings, I went ahead and made a blessing tree. So with the blessing tree, I cut out some leaves, and you can just write down, I'm going to say, really thankful for family, my husband and my girls. So, I'm thankful for Gracie. She's, if I spell it right, she's a blessing to me. I don't want to put a brown one on. That's what happens when you hurry. So we have Gracie. There are lots of things that I'm thankful for. And I could stay here probably all evening and just do that. So I'm thankful for my health. So you might be thankful for, of course, family also. You might have a pet that you're thankful for. You might be thankful for some of your toys, for the meal that you have on whatever day you are celebrating this on. If it's Thanksgiving or wherever you are in the world, it may be called something else.
Healthcare people.
So,
Healthcare people.
Healthcare people, yes, thank you. And first responders. We need to recognize them too, just like they do in Japan. So I think a blessing tree is a good way to remind me of all the things that I need to be thankful for. So let me read a poem about that very thing. This is called Count Blessings. Some people who can't go to sleep will say it helps to count some sheep. They'll pull the sheet up to their nose and count until they start to doze. But I find that it helps me a lot to think about good things I've got. Counting sheep won't work for me, so I count the blessings that I see. We think about things that make us sad instead of those that make us glad, and don't even really find it strange that we worry about things that we cannot change. But if we look ahead instead of back at what we have, not what we lack, we'll see our blessings far exceed things we only think we need. Counting things could help you sleep, but you don't have to just count sheep. Count your blessings and you will see that you'll be thankful just like me. So I know there are a lot of things in your life that you're thankful for. So rather than being sad this year that whatever day you celebrate in the U.S., it's Thanksgiving, instead of being sad that things aren't the way that they normally are, just think about all the blessings you have in your life, because that's what I'm going to do. A couple of updates before I leave you. Remember the tiny little tree that I planted from our acorn? Well, look at this. Now we have a tree that's really looking like a tree with big leaves. So I'm hoping that it will hang in there until the spring and we'll be able to take it outside and plant it. And then after I did the episode on Johnny Appleseed, I found a Johnny Appleseed tree. And it's actually one of the last ones, or it's the only one actually, that they think Johnny Appleseed actually planted. It was 150 years ago. So I ordered a Johnny Appleseed tree, and that's Sam, and she's holding it. It's really small, it comes up to about there. And so yesterday, the tree came, so we planted it, and there's Sam with Malcolm, and they're digging the hole for the tree. And then Sam is putting it in and starting to cover it with dirt. And there's Katie and Everett, and they're helping. It was kind of a group project. And there's John, and he's putting chicken wire around it so that it won't get hurt. And there I am with Sam, and we have our tree planted, and it looks, okay. Well, you can see the top of it right there. So it's still really small. And it will take a few years before it actually starts producing apples, but that will be a very exciting time. So whatever holiday you are celebrating around the world, it may be this week, it may be sometime around this week, but I hope that you count your blessings and have a wonderful time. And I love you, 143, and I will talk to you soon. Bye-bye.